What's up, everybody? Nonpon here. Yeah, it's my face. What's up? So, I've been waiting for a while to talk about this, and I think I've waited long enough. And I want to try to convince you to at least consider using a friendship card in Umamusume, because I am tired of them being like discarded, wadded up, and just thrown away. All right, I am very tired of that happening, especially since I have found a lot of success while using power cards. Every one of my Gemini aces used an Aoi card, and just today I got done with a really good run using Tazuna. It was like a 1 LB Tazuna, and it's like my best run I've ever had. Now, to be fair, I'm not going to give you a false representation of this game. I'm not just going to show you the highest of highs, because we know how this game can be. It is a grindy game. And like it or not, when you look at YouTube content, you're probably just seeing the best case scenario of every creator out there, right? Well, not me. I'll post a loss if I have to. But again, I don't want to give you a false representation like, oh, it's so easy. Just run this and, 1 + 1 = 2. It's so simple. It's not that simple. Everything's unique to your own deck and what you have available to you. I think you guys know that, right? But I think what many people don't know is how power cards can help you without even realizing it, because they aren't exactly straightforward, right? They raise your mood, they lower your energy costs, they do a lot for you, but they're just not stat cards, right? And the stat cards kind of just do the stat thing, and they also give you skills. Well, to be fair, friendship cards give you skills too, but I digress. You know what I mean. And I think that's why people kind of just, tuck them underneath the rug and don't even give them a fair shot. So let me show you what I did today, all right? And you let me know if I've convinced you to use a power card at the end of this video. If I haven't, tell me why. I'll fight you in the comments. Not really. Maybe. And then we'll just go from there. But if you could do me a favor, like and subscribe in the video to help me against the algorithm monster, it would mean a lot to me. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to career here, and I'll show you what my setup was. I was actually using a gut spark here. Gotta throw something away here. Hold on, give me a second. I swear. Anyone else have this problem? Should I cut this out? No, you know what? No, this is what the game is. This is a representation of what the game is. I'm not going to cut this out. Yeah, we'll just get rid of this Narita Taishin. I wish I could at least see my Umas before I did this. Anyway, I just have to spend like some time just cleaning out the closet here because I have so much glue in my closet right now. Okay, so I want to make a Smart Falcon. Okay, that's what I want to do. Pretty good for the next Champions meet. If you can get that turf from E to A, very useful. And that's what my goal has been. What's not fun is getting groundwork. And I'm sure you guys know how frustrating getting groundwork is. The thing about groundwork is that it never really drops, right? Let's see. Where's my groundwork parent? So I have this. This is my groundwork parent. It is not the best. You can't see everything, but here is my Sion with 3-star turf, 1-star groundwork. I have Narita Taishin on here with 3-star Mile, 3-star Guts. Yeah, Guts. It makes sense. Trust me. Trust me on that. Cool. Nothing else useful on that besides that. And then we have this busted Mihono Bourbon that has 3-star groundwork. So if I get lucky, cool. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. So I was trying to make parents, and I thought, you know what? Let me just try to skip ahead and try to use a borrow for an ace. Just give it a shot. And that's where I borrowed this. Was it this one? Let me see. Is this the McQueen I've been borrowing? No. Hold on. One other McQueen here. Oh, let me sort by sparks. I'm so silly. Let me just do that. There it is. I forget when I log back into my game, everything goes back to default. Okay. So this trainer here, I'm borrowing their McQueen. Why? Because I need turf sparks for Smart Falcon. And it has groundwork. Cool. I like groundwork. Has everything like one on here. Also has El Condo Pasa. If I get the ultimate, that's also cool. Anyway, the reason why I'm picking this is because I want to show you guys what my sparks were before I got this run. This is what I had, right? 21 speed, more stamina, some power, some guts. All right, it is not that crazy. Right, it's kind of like spread thin all over the place. And the reason why I picked the gut sparks is just so I don't have to press the damn button. With this, I was able to just depress power and speed a lot. But let me go ahead and show you what the deck looked like, right? I have to like reset this and auto select. Let me just go from here. So this is the deck I used. Now in your case, you might not have a Vaca that's 2 LB. Sure. Or in your case, you might have a better Tazuna, because I only have 1 LB. Whatever you have, right? But this is the deck I used. Now I used Biko here, right? Because I get this question a lot in my stream of why do I use a Biko card? And the reason why is because Biko gives insane speed. If I can find it, I have so many people I'm trying to follow here. Biko, you here? Biko. There she is. Okay, so I run Biko here. The thing about Kita-san Black and Biko is that if your Uma has even like 10% speed growth, or even just a little bit of speed sparks, or even in Smart Falcon's case, 20% speed, you can get the 1200 speed if you optimize your run, right? If you optimize it, you can get it. And this is what I ended up getting. I ended up getting, let me go back here. Let me show you what I ended up getting here. And I'm getting 1200 speed, 1200 power, 600 stamina, 350 guts, and then 500 wit. That's what I ended up with that deck, right? So again, with the extra speed, it makes this possible with the growth rate, but still, only using 2 speed cards and optimizing your run is pretty good. Now again, that's not going to happen every single run. You don't know what's going to happen, but still. And the reason why I ran Tazuna is because she is the reason why I stayed in a great mood the entire time. The entire playthrough. I got Night Owl, I got Migraine, I got all these bad events, and because Tazuna raises your mood and it also cleanses you, she basically makes a good run into a great run, and can also make a great run into a perfect run. That's what I'm trying to say, is that there's always going to be these variances of how your playthrough is going to go. You might have low speed this time, you might have high speed, but the thing about power cards, and even like Aoi, is the fact that they will permanently keep you in a great mood if you know what you're doing, if you use them at the right time, right? I mean, for Narita Taishin, right, I use Aoi for Narita Taishin because she has an event where she goes down 3 mood stages, and Aoi can bring you up by 2 mood stages on her first event. It is really good. But the thing is, they just don't help you in a way that's as noticeable, right? And I wasn't a big fan of power cards, and to Kinaru on his YouTube channel, I'll probably like post his name here or whatever, he said that power cards are good, and I gave it a shot. And as I kept using power cards, I saw myself increasingly like getting better and optimizing and figuring out, wow, you know what? Power cards are like Tylenol. They're good for headaches. They're really nice. And I just feel like people probably sweep them underneath the rug because they feel like it might be like a beginner card, a noob card, something that just like a little crutch that doesn't really help you out that much. But no, they do. They help you a ton, right? Other parts of this deck, I use Dober here, right? Dober is MLB. You may not have that. That's okay. But the reason why I use Dober here is because she has 10% training effectiveness and then 5% more on her unique perk. So basically, she's a roamer. She goes around, and whatever she lands on, she makes that training even better. Tazuna can also do that too. So basically, I have 2 roamers here. I have Tazuna, who's going to lower how much energy it costs to train, which is huge, right? She's going to basically make my mood go up when I need her to. She's going to cleanse any bad mood I have, or any bad status. She has training effectiveness. So basically, that means, hey, if I want extra stat points, if I train with Tazuna, I'm going to have more skill points, not more skill points, more stat points, and use less energy at the same time. And she also has failure protection on top of that. So you can be a little bit more risky, right? Have you ever had that moment where you see like 70 or 60 speed and it's like a 30% fail rate, and you're like, I don't really know if I want to do that. Tazuna will make that like 15, like 17, right? It's a pretty good deal. Especially if you want to play more aggressively. But look, man, you don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to run a PAL card. If you don't want to run Aoi or Tazuna, that's okay. Because at the end of the day, I think the most important thing to do before you even consider an Aoi card or a Tazuna card is hitting your stat thresholds. That much I can agree with. If you are struggling getting to the speed that you're comfortable with, if you are struggling hitting that stamina threshold like Gem of that Cup, right? I get that. If you can't hit your stat thresholds, then the friendship card's probably not going to be enough for you. At that point, you're just trying to pad your stats to at least participate in the race. But if you are at that intermediate level, where like you have a bit to work with, you can plug this in. As a matter of fact, I know some people who don't want to run a wit card. And if you don't want to run a wit card, you can run Aoi instead, because she's basically half a wit card. Right? Because Aoi over here will raise your wit every time you train with her, and she does like the same thing Tazuna does. She's going to lower your energy cost. She's going to raise your training effectiveness. And every time you train with her, she's going to boost up a wit just by a little bit. But that's still something else you can do. And also, Aoi is like the skill point version. Like, Aoi is pretty good over Tazuna when it comes to getting more skills, because she gives a lot of skill points, like 250 skill points in total or something, if you do all of her events. But Tazuna is more of like a paramedic, you know, like an ambulance. If you like get Night Owl or something, she can cleanse that. So I think they're both pretty good. I think Aoi's definitely more affordable, right? It's not a 5-star character. And the thing is, you don't need to have them MLB, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of content out there that's like, oh, you need so-and-so character at this limit break to actually be good. For some cases, yeah, I believe that, especially for stat cards, right? But for friendship cards, not really. I mean, if I can get to that stat threshold with an 1 LB Tazuna because of all the great moods I was in, then it's fine, right? I think that's the most important thing. It's adding consistency to your run. And, you know, you could beat your chest and say, I'm him or I'm her. I'll be in a great mood the entire run and I won't need a friendship card. But you're going to get a mood down. It's going to happen. All right? These Umas are the most moody thing ever. It is going to happen. And if you were going to go through your entire playthrough without even thinking that's going to happen, you know, maybe you are him. Maybe you might get the run. But in my case, more often than not, it is going to happen. And you know what it is. It's going to be the thing that destroys the run completely. And you know that you're going to have to spend a turn raising your mood or going to the infirmary. These cards stop that from happening. And because they help you in a sense that isn't as direct, I wanted to make this video just to tell you guys that I have been using them for a long time now. And I've been waiting for a while to make this video, but I didn't know how much time would have to pass before I got destroyed in the comments or by the community to tell you guys, you should use these. You really should. That's my opinion. Hopefully I've convinced you to at least try them out. Give it a shot. See how it goes. If it doesn't work out, that's okay too. But I'm definitely going to be using these in the future. And I might actually pull a copy of Rico. Rico's going to be the next PAL card coming up for the new campaign. So I might give her a shot. If I have to MLB her, I probably won't. I'm a fan of cards that are just good out of the box. So we'll see, right? Other than that, sorry for the jump scare for the face camera. Wanted to try something new for a change. My wife is out of town for about 2 weeks. And when I was streaming, she wanted to see my face. So that's why I am in this realm. And then I thought, you know what? Let's just make a video on it. So there you go. There's my thoughts and opinions on PAL cards. Let me know what you think. I'll see you on stream. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.